Hey friend, welcome. I'm so excited to have you here listening to another episode of the Pattern Design Circle podcast. Here we talk all about the ins and outs of designing knit and crochet patterns and running a business that makes it all possible. I'm Jessica, your host, knitting pattern designer, design mentor, and the friend in your ear. Can't wait to dive right in. The Pattern Design Circle podcast is sponsored by the Pattern Design Circle, a membership community for knit and crochet pattern designers that are feeling lost, lonely, or frustrated in their business. It connects you with a supportive community that's always eager to answer your questions and help you through the hard times. And there's loads of resources and activities specifically catered to business and designing. Sound like your jam? Check it out at snickerdoodleknits.com/design-circle. That's snickerdoodle, like the cookie, knits, knits.com/design-circle. All right, let's get into it. Hello. Welcome back to another episode of the Pattern Design Circle podcast. The last several episodes, we've been talking about marketing. Just overview marketing. We started with a marketing 101, and then we went into several different platforms that you might use for marketing, how they work, just an overview of why you might choose to use those platforms to help you really make decisions about where you want to be marketing. Now, if you listen to all of the episodes, you probably noticed that there are recurring themes throughout all of them that apply no matter where you're marketing. So this episode, we are talking about 5 truths of marketing, no matter what platform you are using. These are just marketing basics, marketing facts of how to market and what marketing is about. So truth number 1 is that you want to provide value through your marketing. That can be entertaining, that can be educating, that can be inspiring, but your customer wants to feel like it is valuable. Have you ever been on a video or on Instagram and you're like, this is dumb, why should I care? This doesn't make any sense to me. Maybe it feels like they're just talking about themselves. That's because it doesn't feel valuable to you. So you really want your content to feel valuable to your audience, and only you know your audience as well as you do. You know who you are marketing towards, you know what they care about, you know how it relates to you and your brand. So number 1, provide value, and that can look like so many different things. And inspiration, what was the other one? Entertainment is absolutely valuable. Like, have you thought about how much money is spent on the entertainment industry? Not only do we have movie theaters, we have Hulu, we have Netflix, we have amusement parks, we have golf clubs. Is that what they're called? Like a club for golf courses? Golf clubs are also what you use to hit the ball. But like, we have so many things that are purely for entertainment. And really, that is what social media is feeding on now, with Reels and TikTok and all of these things that are like, they're focused on entertaining you. And we enjoy that. We like to be entertained. So entertainment is absolutely valuable. You can also make entertainment related to your branding and help that entertainment sell your product. And then, of course, we have education, which often in our industry, we think of like tutorials and tips and things like that. I've provided lots of examples in other episodes, but just things like, okay, this is how you do an SSK. This is how to keep your floats loose in your color work. This is how to adjust the drape of your fabric. This is how to create a sweater that fits. This is how to adjust if your gauge isn't right. Things like that. And then, of course, inspiration. Inspiration is such an interesting one to me because I think it really is really impactful for our industry as creatives because we love to feel inspired. We love to feel inspired to make and to create. And so inspiration can be things like sharing your yarn, can be sharing your story. It can be showing you wearing the thing. It can be showing you knitting the thing at the park while your kids are playing on the playground. It can be pretty pictures. It can be it can be showing not pretty pictures to inspire folks that don't have a pretty life, like a pretty house, like say, hey, you can actually do this too, even if your house doesn't look like whomever's showing all the pretty photos and making folks feel like they have to have a perfect life. Okay, so second truth about marketing. When we're using platforms that don't belong to us, for example, YouTube, Pinterest, social media, which is Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Facebook. If you keep people on that platform and returning to that platform, the platform will reward you. So what that means is that if you're helping the platform do what they want to do to make money, they're going to like you and they're going to show your content to more people. That is algorithms. Love it or hate it. So if you're creating content that keeps people on YouTube or on Pinterest or on Instagram, if you're helping people love their experience on that platform, if you're helping them stay on that platform longer, those platforms like you. They're going to like your content and they're going to show it to more people so that more people spend more time on their platform. On the same token, like if your platform gets people to keep coming back because they're like, oh, that was so helpful. I really want to go back and see more videos, more tips, more blog posts, more whatever. The algorithms notice that. The platforms see that. And they're going to reward that by helping your account and your content be seen by more people. Third, which I've already touched on a little bit, but you must know your ideal customer. You must create value for your ideal customer, and you must know what makes you unique and lean into that. So that's a lot of responsibility on you as the marketer, but that is really your sole responsibility as a business owner and as a marketer. Know yourself, know your brand, know your ideal customer, know how it provides value to them and solves their problems, and know what relates to them and give them that. But that is how you connect with them. That is how you have return customers. That is how you have folks that stick around on your platform and on your account and consume more content. It is how you have people that stick around as a subscriber or as a follower and continue to support you and share you. It is how people buy from you. Is because you know who they are, you know how you help them and how you relate to them, and you show them, you tell them, you give them confidence that now they know you, they like you, they trust that you're understanding of them and that you care about them and that you have something that's going to help them. And now they want to buy from you. Now they want to support you. Now they want to share your work. So really that probably should have been the first tip, first truth, because that is the fundamentals of marketing. Now, number 4 is you must offer your product as the solution to their problem. You must offer your product as the solution to their problem. So it's fabulous that, you know, if they feel like you get them, you feel like you're the same kind of person. But if you just leave them hanging there, you're like, hey, yeah, I totally get this. This is so frustrating. I feel you. But then you don't solve their problem for them. That's not helping them except for to feel like you're empathetic or sympathetic. But it's also not bringing the money in. Like, you showing your product as a solution is what gets the sale. If somebody feels like, oh, hey, this is actually going to be something that I want to use, then they're going to buy it. If they're like, I just cannot figure out how to knit, and you're like, don't worry, I can help you. I do XYZ. I have these testimonials from other customers. I will totally walk you through step by step with this class. And they feel assured in that because they feel like that is the solution. They're going to buy. Like, if that's truly something that they want. So don't forget to offer your product as a solution. Don't forget to talk about your product as the solution. Don't forget to tell people to purchase your product. It is funny, and funny in kind of like an ironic way, how we need to be told what to do. And sometimes that can be done more subtly than other times. But like, just having a call to action at the end of your marketing that says, this is your next step. Like maybe you had an inspiration post and it's like, all right, now this is your call to action. You don't say this is your call to action, but you say, if you're feeling inspired, do XYZ and show me a photo. So maybe it's like, you share some decluttering, something for yarn storage, for yarn organization. So you're like, if you're feeling inspired, do this one step, make it feel easy to do, and send me a photo. Or if it's like you're talking about exactly what they want, they're looking for in a knitting pattern, you say, okay, now go buy the knitting pattern. Tell them how to do it. I find it funny, like, once you start looking for it, you see what people are doing this and which people are not. And then you have a good idea of which people are making money and which people are not. Because there are lots of people who have huge followings that never tell anybody to go buy their thing, and they're struggling to make sales. I see it. I know it. I've talked to some of those people that are struggling. So that is part of marketing. I also find it funny when people are like, share their whatever description, it says link in bio, and I'm like, what does your link in bio do? What am I going to get if I go to your link in bio? They're like, hey, this is a really pretty yarn that I bought at this festival, link in bio. Is the link in bio bringing me to the festival website? Is the link in bio bringing me to the yarn? Is the link in bio for your email list? Is the link in bio just so I can go browse your patterns? Like, your link in bio is not helping me if I don't know what it's going to do for me. I have no incentive to go click the link in your bio. Like, that's going to take extra effort of me. So be very clear. Tell them exactly what they're going to get. Tell them exactly what to do. And, it doesn't have to be a whole paragraph. It can be, click the link in bio to join my free design challenge by March 8th. Oh, spoiler alert, I'm hosting a free design challenge, but I don't know if this episode will be up before then. Anyway, offer your product. Tell people it exists. Tell people how to get it. If it's the solution, they're going to want it. All right. Fifth and final truth about marketing. This is one that, spoiler, vulnerability point, truth be told, is my hardest. It's the one that I struggle with the most. It's to test and review the performance of your marketing. Look at your numbers, look at your data. Understand what's working. Do folks love your educational content and don't care diddly squat about your inspirational content? No matter how much you love your inspirational content, you might want to add more educational content because that's what people are liking. Maybe you have a 1-to-1 ratio where you have one educational piece and one inspirational piece, and you're like, well, maybe I need to change that so it's 3-to-1, 3 educational pieces to 1 inspirational pieces, because I know that's what folks are really finding value in, and that's what's leading them to buy my product. You have to pay attention to your analytics to know what to do more of, to know what to do less of, to know what's actually working, to know what's actually worth your effort, to know what's actually providing ROI, return on your investment. And remember, your investment can be money, but it can also be time. And so if you're spending 20 hours on Instagram and 2 hours on Pinterest, and you're making $2,000 from Pinterest and $100 from Instagram, something's not adding up there, and you're finding out that Pinterest gives you a whole lot more return on your investment than Instagram does, and it's more worth your time to be on Pinterest. That doesn't mean you can't do the things that aren't yielding results. What it means is now you have the data to make the decisions. To be like, all right, this is what I enjoy. This is what my people enjoy. My goal is to not spend all of my time marketing. So it's going to be more strategic to spend more time doing this and less time doing this. And then test things if you're not sure. If you're like, I really like this idea and I really like this idea, or I really want to do this, but I don't know if my audience is interested in it. Test it. Do it for 60 days, 90 days. Look at the numbers to make a decision. You don't have to commit to any given strategy or platform or anything like that. Test it. Now, that's not to say you should go test each of the platforms for 90 days and keep moving around. That's like a procrastination technique. That's a maybe struggle to make a commitment. But you can test things to figure out what is actually working, what's actually worth your time, what actually aligns with your goals, what you actually enjoy, what your customers actually enjoy. And then adjust it as necessary. Adjust it according to the numbers. Adjust it according to testing. Doesn't just look like looking at the data. It also looks like of the numbers that, like the analytics, the insights that the platform's giving you. It also looks like the data of how you feel from doing that thing, how much time you're putting into it, how much energy you're gaining or losing from it, your ROI on your time. So, and I know folks typically say give any strategy, anything you want to test, give it 90 days. That's 3 months. That's not a hard and fast rule, no, but that gives you enough time to really test out a strategy, especially like if you're doing something once a week. That means you do it approximately 12 times in 90 days. I could actually divide that out. It's not exactly 12 weeks. I learned that the hard way, but that's a different story. 90 days divided by 7 days a week. That is almost 13 weeks. So it is 12 to 13 times that you might do something in 90 days. Instead of like, if you were to give yourself 30 days, you have four times you would have done that in 30 days. And so then that's not as much data. Sometimes you have to get a little bit of time to really pick up things like that. So that's why 90 days is the recommendation. But if after 72 days, you're like, all right, I'm really, 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 really hating this, it's not ever going to be worth my time, you don't have to stick it out for 90 days. Okay, so those are the 5 truths of marketing, no matter what platform you are using for your marketing. Let's give value. If you keep people on the platform and people are returning to the platform will reward you. You must know your ideal customer. You must create value for your ideal customer. You must know what makes you unique and lean into that in your marketing content. You need to offer your product as a solution, and then you need to test and review performance of your marketing and adjust as necessary. Okay, I do want to say one last little thing, because I've said a lot of needs and shoulds in this podcast episode, and I hate needs and shoulds. So, you're feeling resistance just because I've said need and should, know that these are the things that typically work for, these are the things that help make your marketing better. These are the strategies that work. That is why I say need and should. This is like the purpose of your marketing. These are the things that help make your marketing better. If something doesn't feel in alignment with you, I never am going to say you have to do anything. This is just giving you the information of what's helpful, what's working, what can improve your marketing. Okay, I hope you found this super, super duper helpful. If you did, and you want to dive deeper into your marketing, this is exactly what I love talking about on one-on-one coaching, on coaching inside of Pattern Design Circle, all of the different things. Feel free to check out my links in the description to join Pattern Design Circle, to book a one-on-one coaching call, or I am hosting a free marketing challenge that can help kickstart some of these truths for you. If you're really struggling, like, okay, I don't know how to do this. I don't know how this relates to my brand, that kind of thing. Check that out as well. It will be linked in the description. It is the end of March 2023 is when that challenge is happening. I hope you found this super helpful. If you have any questions, go ahead and reach out to me at Pattern Design Circle on Instagram. And I look forward to seeing you on the next one. Wow, thanks so much for listening to this episode. If you found it valuable, please share the podcast with a designer friend. And if you have a minute, leave a review. It's so helpful for me and means the world to me. Chat soon.